Hello, everyone. My name is Slappy Burger, and welcome back to my journey through Minecraft. Yep, we're still at it. We're still at it. It's been a little while. Kind of a weird recording situation going on here. Technically, this part's going to come out before the thing I'm already working on as another episode, which is going to be the next part. It's kind of all over the place right now. The project that's the other video is so big that it's taking a long time, but I've been busy besides just working on that project. As per always doing a little bit of busy work around the world. Most notably building a bridge over to our big wizard tower here. Bridge looks kind of bad, but I mostly just kind of built it just so it was like, just so there was an easy way over, an easy way in and out. That it wasn't just a ladder that looked kind of bad in the corner, right? Yeah, this is definitely probably my favorite build I've done in this world. I say that every so often, but I think this is definitely my new favorite. Looks great, even though the video flopped. But you know what? Even if the video flops, first of all, the video technically didn't flop. The people who did watch it actually retained it longer than I normally get on like a high viewed video. But it's not about the fame and all that. It's more about just the love of the game. And this right here, all of this is the game. Okay. Building fun things in the world with what we're given, right? So yeah, that was what we did last episode. But today we are going to work on a blaze farm. We're back to the farm grind. Haven't done a farm in a little bit, not since I believe the last farm we did was it's not loaded, but it's over there. There it is. The pig farm, I believe, was the last farm we did. I might have to go back and look. And if it wasn't that, then it was the melon and pumpkin farms, which may have been done in the same episode. Maybe, I don't remember. But yeah, that's kind of the last farm we did. It has a ton of pig spawners in it. If you haven't seen that. And if you want to know how I got that, you'd have to just go back. Basically, there was a version where Silk Touch could mine Silk Touch picks could mine spawners, and we got one. But yeah, we're gonna build a blaze farm today, and the main reason I want to do that is because I believe it is maybe a little bit more efficient XP wise than what we have going on over kind of behind the house that was up there. Generally more efficient, I believe, but also blaze rods actually do have some uses. They can be used as fuel. Not too many important uses, at least as of right now, but the blaze rods could be used as fuel if we need. I don't know. I just kind of want to build a blaze farm just to have it, right? And we're going to be using the blaze spawner that's in our nether fortress. But for right now, I need to actually get all the materials I'm going to need because we are going to use an old farm design by Ethos Labs. Probably the old Minecraft guru, still love the game, people, dude. I'm telling you, love the game. He still does this stuff, still pushes Minecraft and creates things that kind of blow people's minds today. So great, awesome, cool guy. But we're going to use one of his old designs, and I'm going to link the design, probably a YouTube video or something he's done, in the description below. So if you are also an old Minecraft player, you can definitely do that. And I believe that, I mean, honestly, a lot of those Ethos designs still work today, even though they were designed for much older versions of Minecraft. So even if you're a big modern Minecraft player, you might be able to get some use out of it. So, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it real quick. I'm going to make sure I get enough resources, and we're going to make our way over to the blaze spawner and go ahead and start building that. Well, we're already on our way over. My inventory is just loaded up with stuff. I probably should have brought a chest. Did neglect to do that. But I brought a lot of resources, and this is generally probably what we should need to actually build this thing. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, if not, I have this very awesome rail system that connects everything, and it makes traversing through the nether so much easier. So, plus I play in peaceful, so I don't have to worry about gas because I'm a goober. Building a mob grinder and you play in peaceful. What a fun time. I don't know. It's just nice to build stuff without having to get, having to deal with mobs, I guess. I promise there will be a time where I don't play in peaceful. It's just in these early versions, it's so nice not to have to worry about all of these mobs constantly just interrupting you. It's just nice. You can just work through the night. You can do whatever. It's really convenient, but there will be a time. There will be a time where the nightmares of not peaceful mode will reach us. Now we do have this blaze farm, or blaze spawner, I guess, but I don't want it to be this one because I want it to be enclosed. just because then it kind of reduces the amount of risk of like damage to it. I know there's one in here that's kind of encased. I just don't remember. Oh, it's right here. Look at that. More encased, I guess, opposed to completely encased, but this is okay. This will work. I think this will be the one that we kind of work with here. So I guess I need to get right to it then. We're going to start by just kind of clearing out all this space kind of around it. This will be the best way to, I mean, we're still going to have to break all these blocks just to let it function properly. And then we're going to have to mine a lot of this stuff out and kind of refill it in anyways, just because we have to give it enough space to work properly. So I believe they need like an 8x8 spawning area. And then they also need, which would mean that we need a 10x10 box. And then I don't know how much air they actually need to spawn, but 8x8 area to spawn 10x10 box to keep them enclosed. And this is kind of precariously over a lava lake, so we need to be careful in that regard too. I guess we'll just use kind of blocks and stuff to kind of mark it out as being 8 blocks out. Actually, I don't think it needs to be 8 blocks out. It just needs to be 8 blocks across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this would be 8 right here. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 3. We'll do 5 there. And then this should be the edge of the spawn area. Something like that. And then one of these is going to be a longer distance, but it needs to go along where both the Y and the X are going negative, which would be this way. I'm probably doing an absolutely atrocious job of actually explaining how this needs to be. So I think these need to be one shorter, and then these each need to be one longer? Question mark? Nope, not that way. Yeah, it needs to be this way, where they're going negative. Okay, so I've cleared out a decent space here. The spawner is somewhere under this thing, but the corner that is slightly longer is right here. So the one that, you know, is negative both directions. But we need to give the blaze... Oh, that was kind of risky on my part. We need to give it a 1 block gap below it, basically, and then we need 2 air blocks above it. So this should be the level that the spawner is on. This... Oh, hello. Even though we're in peaceful, they still try. Even though... so, like, the spawner is down here, and we need to have 1 space below it, and then 2 spaces above it of air. So we're just going to build these kind of markers here around kind of the sides. And this is where the walls are going to cut off, I guess. I'm going to build it out of stone brick. I don't actually know if we're really going to be able to see much of it, so I don't really think the material matters all that much. But this is kind of what we're going to go with here. And I think I'll just, for safety reasons, just preemptively kind of go all the way around with the stone brick here, just so we can not fall into lava. Would probably be a good idea. I guess I'm just going to go ahead and preemptively remove this kind of block that's in the middle here. This is mostly just for marking out the space we needed to build this thing. The more I'm doing this, I feel like it would be less labor intensive to actually have it be built, you know, kind of over in an empty area, because then I don't have to dig as much stuff out. But we still need those 2 air blocks below this thing. So, or I guess it's just 1 air block below it. So it actually needs to come here. And I think I'll actually leave these stairs here for now, just so I can get, you know, kind of in and out of here easily. Well, we'll go ahead and clear up all of this other stuff here, just so they have the optimum spawning space for proper blaze maximum spawn rate capacity. Something along those lines. we're probably going to have to clear out a lot of this stuff too anyways, because I think I've definitely built this design before in the past, like a long time ago. I'm pretty sure this thing kind of like funnels them down, which is what the pistons are for. It kind of uses the pistons to push them down into a little collection area as they, because if they're not mad, they just kind of float downwards. So I don't know. We're probably gonna have to clear this out too, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I'm going ahead and putting in the roof here. You know, something I kind of want to start doing for future, I guess, Minecraft videos and stuff. Hopefully starting with this one. I'm hoping this one will actually be shorter, because what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to try for a while to make videos kind of more bite-sized, I guess. In the sense that, like, oh, you know, they're more like 30 minutes long as opposed to, like, you know, a massive monolith of a video. I feel like I could get videos out faster that way, and also the editing won't be as miserable on my part. But I don't know, that could happen, might not happen, but the roof is installed, and now we can move on to, I guess, building kind of the I guess more inner mechanical stuff of this build. We're gonna have to mine a lot of this stuff out. A lot of stuff we're gonna have to mine out here, and there's not really much of a, you know, spawning platform, I guess, for these guys. I mean, obviously it's an actual spawner, so it's not going to be the same as, you know, like an actual grinder or anything like that, like, you know, like one of those like dropper grinders or anything. So they can kind of just spawn in the air anyways, but plus they're blazes, so they can fly, but they need a place to kind of, you know, I guess descend and then be funneled into, which is what we're going to do here. But we need to clear out a lot of this pillar here before we do that. And this cuts off right there. Good to know. Okay, now the next thing we got to do here is we got to kind of center to 1, 2, 3. We got to put sticky pistons kind of in the middle of these blocks here. And I guess we'll just go ahead and fill this guy in. Why not, right? Might as well. It's going to slow us down if we don't. And we need them to be as centered as possible. I mean, there is a center they can have along this wall at least. And these pistons here, these are going to push the blazes. You know, this is actually the thing that's going to funnel them downwards. So they'll be able to spawn kind of up in the air, but then they'll float down. And then as they're floating down, they'll land on these pressure plates, which will, or they'll land on pressure plates that we haven't installed yet. And they'll kind of get pushed down into a deeper section. And then there will be another more closed off ring that will also send them even further down. And then eventually it kind of funnels them into the kill chamber. And the kill chamber is also going to have kind of a crushing mechanism in it. So that is the way it's going to be set up, is that we should be able to just punch them instead of like my other mob grinder where I could crush them and then punch them, but instead I just kind of opt for in a way at them with a sword, which is actually a lot less resource efficient than you know, just doing it with, you know, a crush and then punching them. But the way it's set up makes it kind of unrealistic. Maybe I could get it set on a timer that would make it more efficient on that other farm, but I don't know. I might have to. That like 5 blocks of redstone could be an entire video of itself with how goofy I am when it comes to figuring out redstone. So, all right, I'm kind of going around here with the last kind of, well, I don't think this is the last like ring here, but we're kind of going around with this last layer here. And if I correct, the pressure or the pistons should be behind this. Yes, they are. So what we're going to do now is we are going to put some repeaters down, because these repeaters should be able to power these pistons through this block and then allow the mob to be kind of pushed here. So if I do that, and then we can actually, I'm not going to put a lot of pressure plates down quite yet because there's, you know, all this, but if I stand here, yep, perfect. It's exactly what we want. So yeah, these guys should, you know, kind of funnel down, and then they'll land on a pressure plate, which we're going to install once we get this thing completely closed off so I don't kill myself. Sorry, I'm not allowed to say that. So I don't get myself killed. It's probably what I should say because YouTube doesn't like that term. Anyways, I'm gonna guess we're just gonna do this a couple more times downwards, and hopefully YouTube doesn't flag me for that because I'm not gonna break blocks and then cut footage and do all sorts of stuff just to avoid that one little slip up oopsie term that I said there. Something I should probably definitely do is actually go out of my way to like experiment with redstone. I've probably talked about this before. I just don't remember it very well. But like genuinely being able to like come up with my own sort of like, I guess, redstone. Oh, hush, cave noises. Being able to come up with like my own, you know, kind of redstone systems and stuff would be really cool. And I would really enjoy being able to kind of make things without using tutorials and stuff. Maybe I should just do what like Luke the Notable did. Just do like 100 days of nothing but redstone or something. I don't know if I'd make a video about that. I really don't want to do like 100 days videos. Those just seem super like, I don't know, like TikTok slop kind of content. No offense, because I'm gonna be honest, I low-key eat up those 100-day videos. I'd be straight watching those things like all the time, dude, like straight up, especially at least Luke the Notables. Some of the other ones, I don't know. I don't really watch much 100 days, but like I do, like if you do catch me watching a 100 days video, it honestly is just like, don't even be surprised. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, yep, that's he would watch a 100 days video. He definitely would. But yeah, we're pretty much just kind of squaring this thing off and basically just kind of following the same pattern. I do need to see where the pistons are. They're right here. So that means that I think we would need, I guess, open space here, right? Because they're going to be the things. This block is going to be what powers them. So we need a line of blocks kind of underneath. Technically, I guess we don't need to place these blocks all the way around, but I'm going to just because I think it looks better. At least I would hope it looks better like this. I don't actually know what this thing looks like from the outside. And we're not going to figure it out until this thing is like operational and actually working. So if it looks ugly, I'm going to make sure it works before I decorate it. And if it does look ugly, decorating it could be a video of itself. And if I'm correct, these all should connect kind of to, need that space there. It should connect to all the pistons, and here's what we'll do. We'll just do a little safety push here. We completely cover up everything, then we can't get pushed off the edge, these two specifically. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect and perfect. Brilliant. It works. So we have that ring, and I don't actually know what comes after this, but you can see how this is kind of getting, you know, funneled and narrower down as it goes. And it's not too complicated of a farm to build for sure, at least compared to other farms that I've built in the past. Honestly, the workload might even be less than the ethos, like kind of, you know, overworld mob grinder that we made a long time ago back in season 1. That one wasn't necessarily difficult to build, but there were just a lot of like, because it was, you know, beta when we built that just a lot of the like quality of life things and, you know, like enchanting and stuff just made digging it out a lot harder. And I do believe I actually did dig that whole thing out with iron. I might need to go fact check myself, but it was pretty it's a pretty big build. It took quite some time. I guess this is kind of the best angle I can get from it from the outside. Yeah, I would say it's pretty ugly looking. Maybe build a shell around it of some sort, but at the same time, it would have to come out of the roof there. Probably not something I'm going to concern myself with, at least for a little while, but we could definitely go about decorating this thing and making it look better from the outside, because it is kind of an eyesore. I would have used nether brick for it, but the thing is with nether brick is that apparently I can't smelt netherrack to get nether brick yet. So there's probably, I was probably one Google search away. I mean, honestly, just yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to be certain, but um, one Google search away from finding out I probably could make it, but I'm just going to go ahead and get this thing done. And then we'll kind of go from there. So we have kind of something like this going on. This is the last layer of pistons that actually push them. I'm actually kind of tempted to go up there and replace all of the blocks that the blazes would push, or the pistons would push, I should say, with glass, just because then it won't suffocate them. Because apparently, I don't know, Ethos says that that's a problem, and if Ethos says that could be an issue, then I'm going to listen to him in that regard. So, oh, brilliant. I brought exactly enough pistons, so if I lose one, then I'd have to go all the way back to the base and make another, and I don't want to do that, so we need to make sure we place these right. But this is going to be kind of the last layer here, and then we also need some pistons here to actually crush the blazes. I need going to be on the same level as this thing. Here we go. I think we can just go ahead and put some blocks there. Now this is the part where I'm going to jump around a lot because I need to make sure that I'm actually kind of properly following the tutorial. So there's probably going to be a lot of cuts, and I'm going to talk for like 3 seconds while I'm working on this part. Now the easy part here is going to be actually connecting these, I guess, these pistons, the crushers, because this is actually like very basic redstone that I could figure out. You basically connect them together like this with the, you know, with one simple wire. And we can actually kind of extend this under the ground and probably have it meet up somewhere like, I'm trying to, I should probably replace these with the brick. That would make it significantly easier to see where I'm placing the redstone. We can kind of just put like a lever on the wall right here and have the redstone connect to it. And then we can be able to hit this, and boom, now we have a way of actually getting these pistons to crush. And then it does look weird because I feel like they should crush on the downstroke. But that is pretty much the redstone for the actual crushers done. So we can cover all of this back up. And oops, looks like we do need maybe, I think it's, is it this? It would be this block that's breaking the current there. So we can instead place these like this. We can kind of build, hopefully this doesn't, no, it doesn't. Okay, perfect. And then we can build kind of a shell around this and kind of use this as baseline. And we could use these redstone blocks, or these nether brick blocks, to kind of mark where the redstone's going, just so I can see it easier. Shows up pretty easy on the, you know, when you have that really deep, like, what is this, maroon on that red there. Pretty easy to see. And I'll probably adjust the shape of the redstone wiring a little bit, because we also still have to connect, I guess it would be these guys on each side, and then those 4, and then these 2 kind of on the front, which will also kind of act as like, I think the kind of like last like funnel into this little crushing area here. So I don't really know what those guys are for, because if those wall blocks kind of behind are what pushed them into this spot, then I don't really see there being much reason to have those there. But I don't know, Ethos is a lot smarter than I am, so I'm going to follow his rules, okay? I'm going to follow his instructions. Okay, now I've already got this next part kind of started, because it was a lot of block placing, but I'm pretty sure I have the general idea for this figured out. So this is going to be kind of the second circuit of the contraption here. You can go all the way around with redstone to connect these two areas together. I hope those are connected, but we can go ahead and just bring this down right here for now. And then we can set up some repeaters here and set all of them to 4 tick, or what is it, 3 tick, 4 tick, something like that. And then we also need repeaters right here. And we need one on this side right here. And this is really precarious, but if I'm correct on this, let's make sure that this guy is off. Just put a button, like, I want to make sure that all of these activate. This should be just kind of like, if we have the repeaters in, then the glass, we could actually see all the glass pushed. And that should be right. Okay. So that pushes them all forwards. And then with a lever, we can actually, you know, keep this thing closed up at the top. But I think that's what the lever is going to be more important for later. We might need another lever, actually. It might be better to have 2 levers, and then we can kind of freely control it. But, ooh, may have broken it by doing that with a button. Just break that block instead. You can just replace the redstone, and then that won't activate it. Okay, easy enough. So that's that part done. We have the actual kill chamber done. And I think that means we can actually go up in there and replace all of the pressure plates. Hopefully. Let me see what else Ethos got in store for me before I go doing that. Because I think for all intents and purposes, this thing would work. But I want to make sure that it is actually ready for proper use. Will probably be a smart thing to do. We're going to have kind of 2 different, you know, we're going to have the 2 different circuits, and the crusher is obviously controlled by this one here. I think we'll kind of, actually, we need the flooring there just because, you know, we need the thing to be, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm losing my mind, but we'll put a redstone there, and then we'll put this here for the crusher. We'll mark this with a sign. And I think we might actually, well, actually, we need that space up there for the redstone that I'm going to use to connect the other stuff. Now, I could make a timer for this, but instead, I'm just going to kind of make a little system here where the redstone can kind of trail off to the side here and be on a different, I guess, lever to this one. I just need to figure out the best way to do that. So that might take a little bit of time, but I don't want it to be, and I don't want it to be too messy. That's the other thing. I don't want it to be too messy either. I would really like it if it was pretty clean. We can worry about how things look once we get the redstone operational, but for right now, I just want to get this thing operational. I want to see if this works, so we'll just go ahead and break that. And did that break the redstone somewhere else doing that? No, it didn't. The pistons were just already extended, I see. But if I put this here. Perfect. And then let's actually just go ahead and hit this. We can push a button here and then see that the glass is indeed extended up there. But I am going to need another lever. So, I guess I'll clear out my inventory just a little bit. And then we'll kind of test this thing out, see if those other, I guess, quality of life features are necessary, because I would like to honestly just make this thing look better from the outside, because I mean, I'm looking at it right now. This thing looks absolutely disgusting from the outside. So we're gonna have to do some work here. I don't know how I want this thing to look on the outside, but I'm gonna go get a lever. No more getting distracted by that. We're getting a lever. Thinking about it, I think I actually do want to use more of an automatic crushing system, because I mean, sure, I could use looting, but even if I use a looting sword, like if I only have to hit them once and I can get more blaze rods from it, or if I'm just farming XP and I can use my fist, it would be more efficient just to do it that way. We don't really need the lever, because the lever is only for, I kind of went through and watched the video again. The lever is really only for a like a on-off switch for the thing, and I would rather just have this thing be able to run all the time in the background. So I think what I'm gonna do here is we're just gonna, I mean, we're gonna, actually we will remove this because we don't actually, I don't think we really need this part of the build here, but we'll cut this part back a little bit too. And then I'm going to kind of copy his redstone layout for this next part, and I don't know how I'm going to record it, so I don't know, I'm probably just going to kind of jump back and forth, and might be a lot of cuts, might be not very many cuts. I guess we'll find out. Okay, so after a lot of beefing with the redstone over here, I mean, look at this thing. It's an absolute mess. I don't know what's going on right now, right? Basically, these two blocks here are these latches. So you have this little latch here, and you have this latch here. This basically kind of changes the direction, I guess, of the redstone, and allows for different things to activate and deactivate at different times. So right now it's set to its default, I guess, sort of open state, because we have these blocks here that are glass, right? And then the glass that's above this one, that's pushed by these pistons, that acts as sort of a way in and out of it. So this stops things from falling down, but it also stops them from going back up. So if we press this button, they'll activate first, these guys push them in, and then last, these guys activate. And that timer over there, after it reaches that other latch, deactivates those guys. And it should be timed just perfectly so that I can punch all of them and one hit all of them. Now this guy, the gate and, you know, the thing that pushes them forward doesn't actually reset. So that's what this button does. Press that, everything goes back to normal. So that took a long time to do. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to very quickly go ahead and set up all of the pressure plates for this thing. And we will see if this thing works the way it's intended. There's a good chance that it won't, because, you know, the moment I put these guys in, something's going to break. But the tutorial was actually rather hard to follow, just because the way he kind of recorded it, like, he didn't actually show like how he placed all these blocks. He just kind of like flew around it a little bit and was like, yeah, this is how I did it. And there were a lot of issues. Like, first I had an issue with this little section right here being all messed up, and then I also had an issue with this guy not activating properly, and it turned out to be because it wasn't lined up with this block exactly. I instead had it over one. Absolute nightmare. All of these have to be set to 4 tick, as well as a bunch of repeaters down here. These guys reset the I guess the crusher part of it, because that's what these redstone torches are. And then this guy kind of keeps it turned on or off. So right now it's off, even though it looks on, it's off. But once we press those buttons, these guys shut off, and then these guys kick on, which then activates the pistons and activates the crusher. And then the timer comes back around and then flips these torches back off again. So I kind of understand what's going on, but do not expect me to be able to build this thing without help, because good Lord, this is why I need to go and do like just hotbox myself with redstone and make something work, right? Anyways, I went ahead and kind of set my difficulty to normal here, and I want to see if these guys start spawning. I think they'll spawn while I'm, you know, more down here. Okay, they do. Perfect. And get that. You just come right on in. And if I guess it's probably a good time to put these slabs in, huh? I guess we could probably get away with doing a little bit of a funny little slab sort of thing here, so that we can get in here. And if I place a block, place some blocks here, that shouldn't affect the redstone signal. It's gonna look weird because we'll be able to see the redstone, but they shouldn't be able to see me down there. I might change that after the fact. I should, hopefully, but if we just press this, it's getting really loud. And let's see. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm liking this a lot. I'm already liking this a lot. And then I guess if we really wanted to, we could kind of let them just build up there. And then we can just press this button again. And that will reset. So we can kind of let them build up there. This could kind of act as a... That also kind of acts, I guess, as like a safety latch against what I just did and had them aggroed at me. They probably wouldn't be able to hurt me anyways, just because of this glass here, but we can reset it. And they all come on down. Looks like they can't make their way back up anyways, so that's nice. Then we can just press this button. Everything gets pushed around. Then it gets so loud that the game can't even process the noises they're making. That's how loud it is. And looks like some of them might die a little bit, but we can just kind of punch them. And yeah, this thing looks like it's actually putting out more experience than the other things. And I can just turn this guy off by doing peaceful. Come on now. Who do you think I am? I don't need an on-off switch. I got one right here in my options. Okay, this thing is freaking awesome, and I already love it so much. Now the question is how do I want to make this thing look good? And do I want to do that this episode is another question. I think I'm gonna have to see how much footage I have before kind of start decorating and making this thing look better, because I do want to shift towards more shorter videos. Even if we do bigger things, I want to shift towards more short videos. So I feel like that would be more fun, but I could also just alternatively go down the route of just like getting a ton of netherrack and like just extending the hill down, I guess, like underside, but I don't know. Let's see how much time we got left, and then we'll start figuring out maybe how to decorate this thing. All right, guys, I think I am actually going to go ahead and wrap up this video here, but that's mostly just because, like I kind of said earlier in the video, I do want to kind of maybe start doing shorter videos that are, you know, get more videos out, but they're shorter and it's not as big things happening, maybe multiple episodes to do a big project, you know, things like that, right? Just a shorter episode, but we're going to start here. We're going to start here. This is going to be the first shorter, I should say, episode, because I still think it's probably going to still sit close to about 40 minutes or so. I think the 30 to 40 minute range is probably what I'm personally gonna try and start going for with these videos. Next video is not going to be decorating this guy. It's going to be the other thing that I have been working on. And that one's also going to be broken up now because that project is huge. It's going to require multiple episodes. Even if they were longer, it would require multiple episodes. But you know, for decorating, did I lose a piston? Hello? The world? Okay. I guess I'll fix that off camera. But yeah, in terms of decorating this thing, which probably will be future episode, I'm kind of looking at it. I kind of want to maybe just, I might delete this entire pillar here. That would be a lot of work, but I might just destroy that entire pillar. And then maybe like, I don't know, just kind of just kind of bring out this mountain of netherrack kind of around it, maybe connect it to this bit here. And then, you know, when you come in here, we can have, you know, it kind of transition into a more stone brick instead of the nether brick. I don't know. something like that. But that could be an episode in and of itself, honestly. It's just figuring out a way to decorate this thing. But we are definitely going to decorate it because it does look extremely ugly. And I still don't know what happened to that piston. That's going to bug me. I don't know how that Enderman can't steal those. So I don't know what happened. I must have broken it by accident and then forgot to put it back. But at least that's an easier thing to fix for this thing. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video here. Thank you all so much for watching. And if you made it this far, massive double thank you. Once again, my name is Slappy Burger, and I hope you have a blessed evening.